This is the Dope Farm Podcast. My name is Win, and I'm your host. And this is another episode of, I guess you want to call it, the driving cast. So this morning in my local area, and here in eastern North Carolina where I'm from, they are doing, House of Rayford is doing, they're selling their chicken, because basically they're selling the commercial chicken that they can't sell to restaurants and to whomever they normally sell it to. And so they're going around to each community and they're selling large, what they're calling their jumbo chicken breasts for $45 for 40 pounds, and which is a super deal. It comes out to about $1.12 a pound. And so I went this morning. I was in line. They weren't going to start until 7:30, they weren't going to start until 9 o'clock. Well, by 7:30, there were probably, by 8 o'clock, I guess, there were 325 cars, as best I could count, in the lot waiting. So they got there early, and they started probably about 8 or so, 7:30, 8 o'clock. They started selling. And they only had 2 tractor trailer loads, and there were no limits, and there were no restrictions. So by the time I got up there, they sold out of drumsticks, which were $15 for 40 pounds, which, I mean, if you like drumsticks, man, that's a smoking deal. But they were out. I ended up getting 80 pounds of chicken breasts and 80 pounds of chicken tenders. And my intent is to vacuum seal the chicken tender, vacuum seal everything and freeze it. And well, I braved going to Walmart, and lo and behold, Walmart doesn't have any vacuum bags. I've got a few that I try to stock up during hunting season, but Walmart was completely out of vacuum bags, so we're going to have to order those and see how long it takes to get them. I went to Lowe's, and okay, sorry about that. Phone call with a quick pause. So anyhow, went to, let's see, I'm not sure where I was at. Probably going to repeat myself. So I went to Walmart to buy some Food Saver bags, and they didn't have any, so we're ordering some online, and hopefully they'll be here by the middle of next week. And so I picked up some ball jars and lids, just because, they're good for storage and things of that nature. And if we get to, unfortunately, I don't have a pressure canner. That's something that's on my list. I've got something else that's coming, and I hope to talk about that here in the near future. But I went to Lowe's to buy a little chest freezer, and there are no freezers in stock anywhere at all. And so I just went ahead and put in an order for one, and hopefully it'll come in due time. It'll be here sometime, so we'll figure that one out when it comes. Man, things are crazy. People are crazy. It's just amazing to me, the things that are out of stock online and how long it's taken to get things. I ordered some material, not really materials, but some tools to put together some rabbit hutches, and I ordered those on March 25th and haven't got them yet. And I finally got in touch with the company, and they're saying that it shipped, and they're supposed to be reshipping it, put me on priority so that they can track it, and blah blah blah. But it's amazing to me. I bought some boots from a guy in Hawaii, and they were here in like 3 days from an individual. Now, I understand companies are busy and they're understaffed and all this other stuff, but man, Hawaii to California, California to North Carolina, or Hawaii from California, or Hawaii to North Carolina, excuse me, a little frazzled. But like I say, man, things are crazy out here. I'm going to try to do another podcast, maybe with a little bit more depth about what's going on with the oil prices. That's something that you need to be aware of. For the first time in history, oil futures traded below zero. They were negative. I think it was like negative 35 is what it dropped down to. Negative $35 a barrel. A barrel, not a gallon, a barrel. Negative 35. It's amazing. That's something that's going to probably come back and bite us in the future. So I've been listening to some podcasts a lot lately. I went through a book series called The Perseid Collapse, and honestly, the first part of that was the Jakarta pandemic, and listening to the Jakarta pandemic was kind of eerie because it was written, I think, in like 13 or 14, and they were talking about social distancing and all of that stuff, and it's just like, man, it's like listening to the news today. A very interesting book series. I had read The Perseid Collapse, but for whatever reason I had missed the Jakarta pandemic, and I had it on audiobook. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, so I just want to say again, for those that y'all that have reached out to me, one got an email, guy was concerned, making sure I was still going to go with this, and yeah, I'm doing it. And for you, Mr. Elliott, thanks for your encouragement. I appreciate that. Just getting some feedback in person was a big deal. So I appreciate you talking to me the other day. So anyway, this is quick. Just kind of wanted to touch base with everybody. I hope I'm not too incoherent, but anyway, just wanted to say hi. Tell y'all to take care, wash your hands, don't be nasty. God bless you, and God bless America.